I'm Temree Abajian, and I have been a worship leader at Saddleback Church for 5 years. Last year, my husband and I got pregnant for the first time. We were so excited when we found out, especially during that time when my mom was, at that point, my mom had been diagnosed with cancer for about a year and a half. And I loved being able to share that news with my parents and just bring some hope to what had been kind of just a really frustrating situation. I had miscarried on that Tuesday, and we were about to start our Easter services on Thursday. I remember feeling like I could have stayed home and retreated, but my husband and I had a conversation, and we just knew that we were supposed to be present and publicly praise God during that season, during that week, even in the midst of this pain. And I knew I was supposed to, in front of thousands of people, declare that this loss, what the enemy meant for evil, wouldn't steal my praise, wouldn't steal my worship, wouldn't steal my song. It was a week after my due date, and I was ready to have this baby. How amazing it was to hear Shiloh's cry right after she was born, just not knowing what state she was going to be in, if she was going to be full of life or if she was going to need some extra attention. So for her to be born and to hear her cry was just amazing and a miracle. The whole time I was pregnant, my mom was slowly dying, basically. So my mom wasn't able to see the baby right away because she was in ICU, but they brought her over, and she actually had enough strength to hold her in her arms. And what a gift that was for them to have that time together. And just seeing the shape my mom was in, I just had a feeling that things were not okay, and that would probably be one of the last times that my mom would be able to hold her. Initially, I felt, of course, just so sad and felt like this battle had kind of been lost, really. And the weekend after my mom had passed, I was actually leading worship, and I wasn't sure if I was ready or not to come back and lead our congregation. I wasn't sure that I had anything to pour out, but I did, and I loved that. Coincidentally, it was a choir weekend, and just standing in front of all those voices, it was like the Lord was letting me hear or even just get a taste of what that sound of heaven would be like. And I led out of that place. I led out of a place of, I'm actually joining in the sound of heaven with my mom. I'm worshiping with her right now. We are joining our voices with all of heaven, the saints that have gone before us, and bringing God a song of praise. I don't have all the answers right now. I don't have it all figured out. As I'm trudging through some mud with Jesus right now, holding his hand so tight and just navigating some things with him, I know that he's told me that there's not one tear that I've cried that's going to be wasted. There's not one hurt that's going to be wasted. And above everything else, I know that I have that assurance that he's going to pick up every single piece and make something beautiful out of it. In those times and seasons where maybe all I have for him is a lot of questions, and maybe he didn't show up for me the way that I thought he should, he meets us where we are with a peace that passes all understanding, and with hope and assurance that he's here, he's close when we choose to praise, when we choose to worship him.